now. Taking it to the pitch. If you win this one, you qualify for the gauntlet tomorrow, folks. FUT versus Shopify Rebellion to stay alive.
The Rebellion's getting armed and loaded, but they got a foot in the road that they got to get through. Game 1 brought to you by Progressive, about to get underway. Shopify Rebellion versus FUT Esports, Herc. This one's going to be a clash.
This is so interesting just because of all the roster moves that went down. And also, you're coming into this, if you are a Rebellion fan, you got a new roster that you are stoked for. First Killer, Kofer, and LJ have officially teamed up to try and bring some victories to the SR name. But on the end of FUT Esports, a combination trying to get everybody to fall in love with the FUT Esports organization is now in front of them.
We'll see exactly how this FUT roster looks on land. You also are looking at this guy, LJ, as he's starting to get really warmed up here. And this Rebellion roster, again, there are some questions. We just saw 100 X35 get eliminated. They sent this Rebellion team down into the mid-round of the Swiss stage earlier in this open one, but Rebellion still doing their work. Not such an easy road for them, but they made it to this point. Now we're seeing if Rebellion can push themselves into the gauntlet. A lot of teams have them at that number 2 spot, but we'll see how things go. So far, already good offense. His First Killer puts a shot on. It's been strongly in favor of Rebellion to start here, but FUT have shown signs of life. Maybe a goal here. Yes, it'll be Cheese starting this one off for FUT.
I love this play too because First Killer did actually get a hand up onto this ball. A very beautiful pass off from Frosty to Cheese. This is the level of communication that this FUT Esports roster expects to have here, and you're gonna need it too, going up against the likes of Shopify Rebellion.
See smiles from Frosty. Frosty in that middle seat, and he's trying to keep those vibes going. Lots to play for here if you're FUT Esports, lots to prove. Game 1 still underway. Seen Rebellion with a good amount of pressure, but not too much in terms of threatening offense.
So far, Rebellion have had a couple moments on the offensive push. This is another one of those. FUT taking the defensive end a little bit slower. Cheese solo up to the backboard, tries to get it down to himself. Frosty next in line. Gonna try and follow it. Loses the 50 over to Kofer here. And Sosa, this 150's out, and they lose that possession, but it is short-lived. LJ able to find a sneak of the cut. Kofer takes that one forward, and Rebellion get a foot in front.
And you can see, really, just like Kofer, he gets that pass, puts a shot on, immediately decides, okay, I'm gonna go look for a bump on the play, just trying to disrupt FUT as much as possible. Still plenty of time here in game 1. And Rebellion looking to hold on to the ball. First Killer's gonna leave that for Kofer. Kofer with the high pop. LJ's not gonna go. Kofer wants to force here, and First Killer has some freedom. This is where First Killer can get dangerous. Chance there, there's an early pre-jump, but he's got a lot of space. Looks for the bump, there's the demo, but again, saved out there, Cheese at the goal line.
I expect a lot of this too from Shopify Rebellion. They are very aware that on the end of FUT, defense is gonna be pretty decent, if not very strong. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of these demos that are gonna be coming out inevitably at some point. It is a very aggressive roster, especially if First Killer decides that he wants to start doing it on his own. He almost tries, takes the shot. LJ to finish. Full team effort.
I mean, this is what makes Rebellion look so threatening. When they're all on offense, it's just so hard to guard. Frosty, I mean, he gets bumped twice. There's just no chance he's making that touch to get the save out. He was in the right place, but there's just the Rebellion's too stronger.
They're extremely strong for exactly what I was saying. This is an aggressive team. They have gotten to where they get because they are 3 very pushy people. And of course, First Killer's kind of like the one known for it, right? But Kofer, he's kind of been on his own. They try to go for this skim on in. No connection on it, though, so we stay tied game.
Now we get to see if Rebellion will keep this level of aggression up, but FUT looking to strike back. Frosty, what a double! Oh, we might have a top play on that one. Frosty was in here pretty early. You can see it there. There's the pre-jump before Cheese even hits the ball. Lands the double, and that's just beautiful placement.
Tell me you like your teammate without telling me you like your teammate. That was so clean. FUT Esports take the lead into the last 90 seconds here. First Killer is going to try and find space to himself. They back pass, to get out. And Kofer loses his challenge on it. LJ, big clear. Sosa already up in the air. The name of the game right now for FUT Esports is trying to stay one step ahead of these Rebellion passes.
Good cut here from Sosa, has a good amount of space, free backboard, but Kofer, strong read, good read from Frosty though, recognized it and decided, okay, I'd rather take this from my own back half. We have the lead, 1-goal game, no need to overcommit there. So now again, FUT trying to get out of their own half, final minute, and this time it's Rebellion playing on the back end, and it does feel like FUT is kind of dictating the pace of the game right now.
They really are, and it's Rebellion being forced to play in something a teensy bit slower than they might like, and it throws them off just a little bit there, but these demos are going to start coming through, forcing FUT Esports back. Rebellion need to make that push past that mid-line, but you can see FUT Esports slowly inching up, boxing them into that blue for these next 30.
Here's LJ and Kofer, a bit of a double commit there. Not what you want to see from Rebellion, but look at Kofer staying on top of it. Good 50 in the corner. First killer, speed test. He gets past two. Can they get this mid? Cheese up early, but it's not enough. First killer with the tie.
They tried again to box them in, but as soon as they get out, First Killer just had all the space in the world. The double to himself to open up the shot. Tied game, 19 seconds to go.
And I understand Cheese going for that really early. Again, he's expecting the pass, but First Killer, great idea to put the shot on there. Tied up game. Team looking to score for regulations over. Here's Sosa, high ball. That one drops. LJ now with control. He's gonna move up the pace of the field, has Kofer waiting. Kofer picks up the mid boost, waiting on Cheese's touch. Do they want to ground it here? No, oh, First Killer tried to go for it, a little too low and slow. The game one goes into overtime.
This overtime's proving that this is going to be a lot closer than some people might have anticipated here. Catch from Sosa, try to get past First Killer, but not quite. Big clear here for FUT. Instead, it's just a tee up back and forth across the midline.
A lot of people kind of expecting this series to be a 5-game series, but I think depending on how this one ends, could kind of dictate things here. FUT showing a lot of prowess offensively. Here's Sosa on the ball. Has Cheese waiting in the wing. Frosty just picked up some boost in the back, so he'll come up for this early. Gonna have to take this one all by himself, and he does get it past a couple. First Killer now will have to take this into the corner. Has a little bit of time, but has to watch out. There's the early chow. Sosa gets it mid. Kofer, good pop. LJ is going to be able to follow and does get the beat here on Frosty. Kofer has to get there before Cheese, and he does, but Cheese looking to control the pace of the play. It's really about who can execute and not make mistakes at this stage.
And right now, the biggest reason mistakes are coming through, although LJ is going to try to secure one for himself to the backboard. This one stays out. These demos are interrupting so many plays. Sosa low boost, half clear. Instead, Kofer to collect. He's going to try and make the pass over to First Killer. First Killer sealing down, almost in. Here comes LJ to try and finish. Down to Kofer in your net.
Oh, Logan, it's a beautiful pass. Look at this. He gets the flip here. Doesn't put it on target. Literally, he knows he has Kofer there on the wing and gets it right to him. It's a picture-perfect shot.
Series coming from both ends of the field.
So let's see if some adjustments are being made. Game 2 here on Forbidden Temple. And FUT, the base especially, talk about them getting offense against the top teams. They're definitely showing that prowess. But Rebellion kind of showing their experience playing at the high level.
15 seconds into this one. FUT Esports gonna try and get back into the series there. They held a good game 1. However, Rebellion, once this aggression starts to ramp up a little bit, it does throw FUT off a tiny bit. It's hard for them to play catch up in these instances. Big shot off the back end of Kofer's car.
Pace of play heating up here. As LJ throws one towards the net. Why not let it fly? Frosty had to dive to get there. Still though, good control from FUT, being able to carry this out into the midfield, not letting Rebellion get clean and consistent offensive pressure. Here's First Killer looking for the follow-up on that touch. Cheese knocks away the threat, but ends up giving possession to LJ, who's going to keep the play alive. LJ almost got that one all the way through. It's another stop there from Frosty as he sends it back downfield.
Right now, FUT Esports are playing a little too close to each other in some of these instances. I'm scared it's showing signs of, not necessarily trust issues, but maybe a little bit lack of communication. And Shopify Rebellion are trying to take advantage of it so far. They have been held at bay for the most part. Big shot here from First Killer and a quick cut from LJ, although nothing comes from it. It's just gonna get sent straight on back from FK.
Oh, Cheese a little early there. Not able to connect, but Frosty able to get a piece of that. Cheese able to stay inside the play, but he's got to let LJ touch this one. First Killer gonna be on the wall. Can he get this one mid? Wanted to, but sent it straight to Sosa. Rebellion's offense not as threatening as we've seen from earlier. FUT's done a good job of cutting out the midfield. Rebellion been trying to work through the wall, but hasn't been the cleanest of play. Here's Sosa, nice high pop, but it's behind him. Cheese wants to keep that back in. Sosa will try again. Looks to follow it. First Killer sends it to the side wall, and Kofor will pick things up. Kofor with the flip. Tries to win the 50. This is decent pressure, but you see LJ doesn't want to commit here. They're taking their time, trying to see if they can force an error from FUT.
And the good thing is he doesn't even need to commit in instances like that, right? You see that First Killer and Kofor are very clearly working together on a lot of these plays here. That was another example of it. The pass over to Kofor, straight on target in net. FUT almost had the turn to get to try. Sosa will commit his third man onto this play here and send this ball upfield, but FUT Esports, the low boost is really what's hindering them from full sending on a lot of these plays.
Cheese pop. That's a good catch from Frosty. Uses dodge to kind of correct that, but it couldn't really keep control of it. Cheese, low boost, sends it to Frosty. That's a good clear. LJ was there to keep pressure. Uh-oh, LJ might still be able to get involved here. A little battle there with Cheese in the corner. Now with a minute 50 to go, it's just been a stalemate. No one really been able to force too many errors on the other side. They've been playing deep third man and no one sitting the house just yet.
When you're playing that deep third man too, right, that's a sign of respect almost. You know what the other team is capable of. She's gonna try and solo play this one up. Here comes Sosa to make the catch. Big pinch off the ceiling there, and Cheese to catch. I'm a little shocked Frosty didn't go upfield to try and open up the path in some shape or form, but it's those little bits of creativity that's gonna set someone apart in this. For now, Rebellion take their turn. Big clear onto the other end of the field here, but like we've said, it's the same thing on repeat. You're just waiting for one person to make that slip up or find a gap in the defense.
Sosa with a good challenge win, but he's got to get past two. Final minutes to go here from FUT. Keeps this one in possession. They could have something here against Rebellion. LJ wants to stop it. Good read to leave that for Cheese, forcing First Killer to slam that. And now First Killer looking for the counter. They almost got him. This one actually might be a little risky here on the side of FUT. Getting demoed. Now in a tough spot. Bump on the play. Kofor taking his time. Sosa doesn't have a lot of boost, but tried to force Kofor high. It worked. Frosty was able to knock it off to the side. Now with 30 seconds to go, FUT trying to clear the lane, but it's a lot of pressure coming out of Rebellion right now.
I have no idea how FUT Esports held their own on that one. There was a point in time where they had 30 boosts on the team collective. Shopify Rebellion trying everything they can to take shots now on their own half. 10 seconds on the clock here. What can they do with this time? Frosty's gonna stop the play in its tracks. And we'll see what they can do from here. One to go, still in the air. Here comes First Killer, Cheese on the challenge. And down on to the ground we go. And overtime in this game too.
Boinka, you might miss it. Well, kickoff though. Cheese can catch this. He has Frosty in the wing. Trying to see if he can force First Killer out. That was a really good 50 by First Killer. Making sure he doesn't hit that straight into Frosty. Now LJ high in the sky. Cheese to deny. Rebellion won a little bit of field positioning here. There's a good flick by Sosa, and Kofor can knock that away. FUT looking for their chances here. That was the best one we've seen in a while. They're sending Frosty up to look for some bumps, but it does get sent all the way back to their own half.
You got to be really careful with these. Rebellion are going to make a lot of these big, long clears and have someone that's cheated up waiting to receive it. So if FUT play a little bit too far forward, it could go over their heads. Sosa's not going to let this one get past him, though. And you see these quick challenges coming through, but Rebellion inching past the mid-line. It's Cheese, though, that sends FUT forward. You see the setups trying to get into position to find each other, but Rebellion's doing such a great job of keeping them out of their way.
The passing looks great from FUT. When it comes to putting that shot on, they haven't been as accurate. Sosa's trying to hunt upfield. He takes the corner boost, bumps first killer out the play. But Frosty can't get this mid to cheese. He doesn't have the boost for it. So now, Rebellion will try to take possession. Well, can they get possession? Cheese still stays alive in this. And FUT still on the front foot, so to speak. Cheese.
I like what I'm seeing. Cheese has the confidence right now. You can see it, Daz. He's been pushing forward and trying to initiate a lot of these plays. It's a quick cut, though, for him. His third man, Sosa's going to try and finish the play. And it dead balls. Everybody from FUT has to retreat back into their half. Frosty wants to send them back upfield, though. You see Sosa on the other end. Another interception for Rebellion.
Tense here on the overtime. Rebellion's defense been holding firm. Feels like they are kind of looking for that counter, though, against FUT. Frosty, clean beat. First killer, no boost here. Sosa plays it mid, stays on top of it, leaves it for Cheese. Rebellion just able to get that denied, took two, but Sosa gets a fire one, and Sosa with the OT goal, FUT with all the pressure, and it pays off.
It's a beautiful setup from Cheese. He knew he was going straight and center down, and nosedives it. It just, there were no mistakes. And then when they finally got on the other end of the field, they looked so solid with the creativity and the plan coming into this. So now it's on Rebellion's shoulders to try and get back into this one. Game number 3 officially underway.
Yeah, quite the adjustment from FUT here. Rebellion seemingly kind of lacking here toward the offensive end. Strong clearance to start us off, though, and first killer. Pick this up to LJ. We'll see how things look here as we get game 3 underway. Still a long best of 7, both teams with their timeouts. But FUT in a position here to really kind of turn the series on their heads. Did not expect this after game 1 is Cheese looking for the demo. This one will roll off the back wall, and LJ pick this up, take this all the way downfield. If he can get activated, could be a big difference maker here in the series.
Big upfield here from Frosty. The same challenges are coming out from Rebellion. They're going to try and play the air game now, though. Nice, slow of pace from Frosty to allow Sosa on in. Sosa, of course, definitely wants to be that initiator. He always kind of has been. He's got the personality and the aura for it, but so does Cheese. He's someone that has learned under the likes of some incredible IGLs, most notably and recently Reddles. That was the one that really kind of built him up into this new level of confidence to go on to a new squad like FUT and allow him to thrive. Frosty gonna go behind him on this one, down to himself around the corner. Is anybody gonna be there for the center? No, because LJ stops the play in its tracks.
So you're seeing FUT fight for that midfield once again. Colfer wants to play a low. Good read by Cheese there. Good 50 as well on first killer. FUT keeping this in that blue half. Colfer again. I mean, we're seeing that individual work come through. Oh, but that's a great, no, it's not a save, it's in.
It's just a pinball around, it's going in.
I thought he had it blocked.
No, he's too good.
Oh, wow. Frosty got a piece of it.
He almost could have gotten back to in time and hit it off the nose of his car, but no, Colfer had just enough power on it for it to pinball all the way around and in. And Rebellion are gonna take the first goal of game 3.
So an impact play here. See if they can continue to keep up that momentum. Oh, but Frosty just destroys the defense to set up Cheese.
I never want to hear you say that people don't like you again. The dash into the pass was so clean. Tied game. FUT Esports, a response that quick is gonna send shivers down the spines of Rebellion.
Not gonna lie, I was borderline a 1v3 play from Frosty. He did everything to get that mid and then even got the bump on first killer who was jumping from inside the net. So well done there from Frosty. Now it's anybody's game, but LJ, what a shot! And Frosty again, he comes up with the save this time.
He has been so good on the defensive end. Like we said last game, he put up 6 saves alone. That's not even accounting for everything that he did unregistered. Still putting up numbers here in this next one. Another attempt. First killer let it off. He's gonna make the cut to keep the play going. It's a little awkward on the touch, so FUT is gonna regain control of this ball.
You're starting to see FUT really kind of turn up the pace here, not afraid to go. Even LJ kind of challenged there in the back end. put in some really awkward positions. They also have to make sure, though, not to overcommit. We saw what Kofor could do to break down the defense there just a little bit. Rebellion, no strangers to the solo mechanics. As neither is Cheese here. He went all the way downfield with that one, forcing LJ to jump.
FUT Esports, they've had a fairly long journey to get here. Round 5 of the Swiss to make the playoffs. One series at a time for them, working together as a team. Down to Cheese to the backboard here. It's gonna stop any attempts to follow that one up. Sosa's just gonna throw himself at the ball in general, just trying to allow FUT to keep the pressure going. You see Sosa on the lurk. Can he get up in time? Not quite. Rebellion just a bit faster on this play here, allowing them to finally make their transition out.
Well, LJ to Kofor. Starting to get a little bit, starting to see the passes come out here a little bit. But you've seen a little bit of physicality up front, and physicality might be a big difference maker between these two as we approach that final minute.
So far, nobody's been able to hold on to possession for a fairly extended period of time. Another send back from First Killer. Dangerous is the name of the game here. FUT Esports completely absent on the defensive end. Why? Overconfidence. That time, First Killer had to remind them who he is. Everything he throws at that net is going to be on target.
So First Killer, clean beat against Frosty there in the midfield. It was risky from FUT, and you see no reward there on that side. Now, Rebellion, chance here to go up in the series.
See if they can form it anything on this one. I feel like as time's going on, though, Rebellion's understanding a couple of the patterns that FUT have presented in front of them here. 30 seconds left on the clock for FUT to get back into this one. They want to tie the game up, but First Killer, another big clear to a disappearing defense, results in a third goal for Rebellion. Some security headed into the last 21.
And it's a good idea, right? You see you have Frosty on the wing. You want to slide that pass to him. Could be a great shot chance, but First Killer has just a strong read on the game, and we talked about it. Rebellion's aggressiveness. That's one of the big factors in it, just being able to cut that out. Nobody back home. You expect FUT to go all in as it's late in the game, and First Killer saw that and knew exactly what to do.
You saw them try to go all in, just like you said, and what happened? Rebellion does a double demo and says, we're gonna let you watch the last 5 seconds on the clock here as we head into game number 4. A great showing from Rebellion to keep momentum in their favor.
I'm not worried about First Killer at this stage of the game, at the stage of his career, but FUT, they use their timeout. They lose this game. They're going to be on match point. How will things go here? Utopia Coliseum, the stage, the setting here. And we'll see if the timeout proves fruitful for FUT.
I like that idea there from Cheese, although nobody from FUT was connected with him on the idea. Instead, it's pretty similar to what we got in this past game. I expect to see FUT Esports play a little bit quicker to these follow-ups. We're going to see what they do with that. For now, Rebellion just continue to shoot and maybe score on this one. A hand up from Cheese keeps this shot out, but it's not going to stop the play entirely.
Things looking a little desperate for FUT here. First Killer, free ball, free flip reset. Gets it, just throw the defense. If you get First Killer that space, if you're not set, this is what can happen.
I'm sorry, Kofor in the back end, just like
he messed up that flip, though. I saw that
mess with them. Do your thing. This team is just in their heads and in front of them, doing it dirty. Here comes LJ up front. Not enough time on this one to make another touch, but that's totally fine at this point. You're playing your game. Here, FUT Esports got to try and make the most of their time on this side.
Oh, good second touch there from Frost, but Kofor headed red all day long. Now it's going to be First Killer here on the ball. Gets a flip. Stays on top of it, looks for the 50. That's a good 50 straight to LJ. LJ looking for the top left, but just off.
Just barely off the mark, too. The demos, though, could be the answer to their prayers. Unfortunately for FUT, they haven't been able to execute the same strat. And here comes Rebellion on their end.
There's a demo from LJ. Now he's got one in the net. Frosty in a tough spot. Kofer kind of waiting on him, saying, Frosty, what are you going to do? I'm calling your number. But it's a good touch. FUT looking really uncomfortable here at the start of this game 4. And Rebellion, see it? They've been turning on the pressure. You can even see right now LJ still hunting as he's looking above one. First killer putting a clean shot on, but not enough. FUT holding on, but this is not what you want to see from them. They're constantly demoed. They're low ult boost. They're almost giving LJ a free double cheese, just barely makes this a 1-goal game still. And Rebellion are not stopping. First killer again.
Rebellion continue to throw demo after demo after demo onto FUT Esports, this time forcing Cheese into a very awkward position of trying to make the saves on his own, on low boost at that. Another point given to Rebellion from FK. He's gonna try and go for the third here off the kickoff. It's just an open shot on net here. Tries to make the race against Cheese, but Shopify Rebellion have played such a clean, aggressive game that they are completely dismantling FUT Esports. This is one of the better moments. They're trying to connect here up to Sosa. Finally, some hope for FUT.
Yeah, good cut here from Cheese. First killer, last back on the play. But, I mean, it's really just Cheese, his extra effort there. And FUT get a breakaway. Rebellion needs to kind of tighten things up here right now. They make it a 1-goal game now on the side of FUT. It's good for them to see one go in. I do think Rebellion might have gotten a little too comfortable there in that moment.
Half this game left to go. Just trailing by 1 is FUT. We're gonna see if it's gonna turn into 2 here. A flick up 1. Frosty used everything in the tank, but you gotta try and do it again here off the crossbar. Bounced out and in. It's the finish from first killer, but the initial play on its own from LJ. I mean, this team is truly something special. They completely got FUT Esports down to near 0 boost collectively, and they give themselves a 2-goal lead.
Rebellion just really stepping up here. They can understand where FUT are. They're forcing some mistakes here defensively. They're demoing them until there's no one left on defense, and it's just making them so tough to defend. And it allows them to just get the space to work offensively. Such a well-written recipe for success. And it starts with this man here too, Kofer. He gets out in front. He'll take some boosts in the back end, and you got to watch out if you're FUT because he's demoing your third man. But Sosa dodges the demo, gets a shot on, and makes it a 1-goal game.
This is a full team effort too. It started off with Cheese in the fake, and you saw Cheese go around the corner. No catches as far as like opening up the space, but you saw the full commit at the end from Sosa. Those are the moments that are going to keep FUT Esports in this series. Unfortunately for them, those moments don't come too often. They have to be created. They will not be given.
Hey, I mean, it's such a good play too because the physicality was definitely showing itself.
Whoa!
Sosa again. Oh, wait, whoa. I didn't expect Cheese to get that demo. Cheese! He took out first killer, and all of a sudden, we're all tied up.
That's like, that's the most like menace, like, oh, okay. Look how far up he was, and I love this. The decision, the conscious decision to go for the demo, hard break off the back of your car, tied game. FUT are getting into this, and not just into this, they're getting into it quickly. Momentum is officially swung into the other direction.
Oh boy, now FUT starting to look a lot more comfortable here. Rebellion, oh yeah, they're getting intercepted. Plays are not working, but a bit of a double commit here. Frosty, good first touch. He's gonna look to follow it. LJ with a good cut. Kofer's up. He wanted the redirect. Gives it back to LJ, but it just hits the post. Frosty will be able to clear that one out. Rebellion try for the counterattack, but now they're gonna get hit with one of their own. Sosa rolls it right into Kofer, though. Goal line stop.
Great confidence and awareness from Kofer to just sit on that line. He knew they were going to play it low. Cheese going on his own. LJ floated just enough, but no boost in the tank, so his teammates got to turn around. They do. Kofer challenge around 1, gets Rebellion out of their net. And 25 seconds on the clock. FUT Esports, they want to try and finish and follow the momentum that they had just found, but Rebellion's hands up are really starting to frustrate FUT. Pass over to Frosty. This one sent out back mid.
Kofor got a demo on Sosa in the back, so Cheese had to come in and cut the play. LJ up, gets a beat past Sosa. Kofor up, he's looking for the game winner on the fake, and LJ will score!
This is the version of LJ we have been so excited to see on land. This combination just truly brings out the best in all three of these players. 4 seconds to go. What do they bring off the kickoff? Sosa would have to keep it up in the air here. He does. Off the hood of his car, big, powerful flick. First killer's gonna try and kill it, and he does. Rebellion to match point.
Here in Copenhagen. Down 3-1 in the series. Can they turn this one around and send it to 7? We've seen crazier things happen in Copenhagen, Herc, but here we go. 5 minutes on the clock.
Off the kickoff, Cheese is going to be the one to collect. First killer had already pre-jumped him on the challenge here. Big over one from LJ, and Rebellion have just been playing these follow-ups so close and consistent. So they managed to hold on to possession for now, but Sosa bumps one off the play here as FUT Esports get a turn of their own.
Speed definitely going to be a factor here. Off and on ball, as both teams can get physical and demo a player if he's playing too slow, but then it's also that offensive mechanics, just being able to make a stop, make a challenge on somebody who could potentially be making a big impact play. So far, FUT taking their time. Good rotations here at the initial opener. And Rebellion, they're trying to move upfield, see if they can catch FUT off guard.
So far, they haven't even needed to try that hard. The playstyle alone works wonders around FUT. At the beginning of the series, it was a little different story. FUT's defense was quite literally insane. They were a wall, as I described. Now it is starting to crumble down. Frosty, no boost. The demo sends one back, and LJ is going to keep trying to go off the ceiling to himself into the corner. They don't even care for the shot at this point. It's about wearing down FUT Esports mentally. The frustration of having to play this much defense and run circles around yourselves and your teammates is enough to finally find some gaps. And they almost did there, but off the crossbar, it goes out.
Yeah, that one close from LJ. Just a high ball. But LJ linking up with Kofor has been working really well. LJ's just been playing good, solid individually. FUT now still stuck in their own half, still looking for a way out. And you even see here Sosa, he goes high, he uses so much boost, and Kofor, you can literally see him in the background getting ready to challenge. He drives up his back wall, goes off the ceiling, and he just loses so much less boost from that as a close play, but no one able to follow it. And Rebellion, well, once again, I mean, it just feels like they're so comfortable on the field right now.
They absolutely are comfortable, and for good reason, right? They are very well connected and trusting. Every time first killer goes up, he knows that one of his teammates is going to be right behind him, lurking, ready to go, just like you see Kofor do here, to continue each play on moving forward. There is no hesitation in the Rebellion play style right now. On the other end of the field, FUT Esports are a little questionable. They look great individually, but you got to fit those puzzle pieces together to be able to actually fight the giant that is the Rebellion.
Rebellion, the havoc they're looking, or they're causing, I should say. They're starting to look like the Empire. There's Kofor. Clean beat. That one dropped straight down on the first killer, and Frosty gets a clean look. Frosty will put one in at the 2-minute mark here. FUT first goal of the game.
Cheese, another great setup there, but of course a full team effort to commit on this one. Rebellion didn't quite expect how quickly that follow-up was going to come through that time. They catch them off guard. Sneaky 1-goal lead as we head into the last 2 minutes of regulation here. We're going to see how does Rebellion respond. LJ, a catch-off one, 50 down, shot denied.
Cheese wants to keep this close. Been quiet from him. He's been able to create so much offensively, but not needed too much this game. Frosty has been a big impacting factor. I remember, again, great effort from him in game 3, and then we're seeing more from him now here in game 5. Good leave there from Cheese as Sosa applies more pressure. FUT trying to hold on to this field positioning, and Rebellion kind of still keeping things spaced out. They haven't gotten aggressive yet. They can change up the pace very quickly, and I think that throws a lot of teams off.
Oh, for sure. Right now, Rebellion are just waiting to see, all right, where's the gap that we can find it? A pass off the ceiling, a floater down. Great send out from Cheese and a catch from Frosty. Can he 1v1 on LJ? 50 down. Got to get past first killer. That was a little bit of a harder challenge there. Instead, it's FK to transition his team back out of their half. The dream of a shot on net, short-lived here, is FUT Esports. Gather together to get around one, go back to blue.
Oh, Cheese under a little bit of threatening pressure. LJ staying in the play. Gets it mid. Kofor doesn't want to commit. Now Rebellion will take it from their own half. Chance for FUT to force game 6. Kofor tries to bring it the length of the field. Does get a good 50 down. First killer's gonna commit. He gets it through, but it's not enough. Off target there. And now FUT, FUT's trying to hold on as the clock ticks down.
They're trying so desperately to force this ball in. You saw the attempted dunk there. The demo on the back end. You can see how bad they want it. They almost have it, but it's not theirs. FUT Esports, another chance to keep them out, but it's not enough. Off the nose of Cheese. Rebellion have tied at 4 seconds again.
Pass after pass after pass from Rebellion. Passing the shot, it's just so much. Cheese got the initial save, and then he couldn't recover in time to get the follow-up off of the one from Kofor and first killer. This one is gonna roll, and we have overtime in game 5. FUT had this game in the bag, but they lost it at the end.
You got a mental reset very, very quickly here. Rebellion are gonna come trying to take these guys down. I would assume in under a minute at this point. Once you have that level of momentum, you want it over with, done and dusted. Over to Kofor. Kofor up in the air. First killer's already there. Tried to make it down from the nose of his car, but Rebellion, they just have to sustain pressure.
There goes Cheese. Pass Sosa midfield. First killer has a good cut. This one will be a free ball for Frosty. Touch for the catch. Gets it past one. Swerves it past LJ, but LJ will try to play it into the corner. Kofor jumps out of net. Had to worry about the threat of the demo there. And it'll be first killer with LJ waiting in that third spot. LJ will be needed. Has a half flip here. Can't get a good read on it, but will take it from his own back wall. And Cheese will stop in the midfield. Maybe a chance here for Rebellion to move upfield. First killer does have a little bit of space. Puts that one just wide as Rebellion tried to just bring this downfield here. Overtime getting tense between these two.
That first minute ramp up has officially begun here for Shopify. FUT Esports getting a little bit tangled up on the back end. Rebellion, they bait them in to their half by trying to play the back pass on a lot of these plays here, but Cheese anticipates it. Low boost though, he's got to force the pass over to Sosa. Shot completely intercepted and denied. FUT's trying to get creative with it. They might be able to here, but they get sent off.
Now Cheese wants to keep this in play. He didn't get the mid though, only 3 boosts. Gives this to Frosty. Frosty went for the low 50. He got demoed out the play. Good cut there, but Kofor has a full tank. Rebellion though, they're kind of stuck. They haven't been able to really get out and hold on to the ball. LJ does get a good 50 win, but Frosty's up. He'll just keep this in for FUT. Cheese and Sosa waiting. Sosa no boost, pushes this mid. Frosty redirected. Kofor had to read it. Cheese up. Is he gonna pass it? No, he's looking for the double there, and Kofor will smack that out of there.
Rebellion gotta be careful too, because for too long at this point, nearly 10 seconds, LJ has been without even a half a tank of boost. He's been searching all over the field to try and find something, so it's up to first killer to really just extend some time for him to find anything. He's going for the pads here. FUT Esports, they want to make their push on this one, but they too are slowly depleting in resources. From the corner to the center, nobody's there. Instead, it's another Rebellion push-up field. And here comes LJ over to first killer, down to the ground. FUT Esports follow this one past the mid-line.
Oh, good job there from Kofor to buy time. First killer's needed though. Good pop, it's high, and now Rebellion low on boost. Big clearance there for Kofor. He's gonna get an extra touch here, and Frosty takes his time, doesn't panic. Now Frosty with Sosa at midfield. Can he get the pass to him? Does get the 50, and Sosa plays it off the back wall, looks for Cheese, but LJ able to get the stop there.
Just a little bit too high on that one there, but FUT Esports definitely are getting a little closer with their attempts. Kofor to himself from the ceiling, has the flip, takes it down off the crossbar. LJ LJ has to try. You see First Killer lurking, but he's not going to commit on no boost. He takes the mid, and instead he retreats as FUT Esports enter their half.
Go for awkward. First Killer's needed there. And he will get back on the ball quickly. No boost on it, though. Ball on the hood. Uses the flick. It bounces off the corner straight to Cheese, and Cheese will clear downfield. Kofor there to intercept. FUT still with possession. This one's sent to midfield. Frosty wants to control it. He sends it off to the sidewall where Cheese helps him with the redirect. But Rebellion stays on top of this. Rebellion able to carry this ball all the way downfield. We see them do that time and time again, that individual performance. But FUT, the way they're able to pass it in between each other, that team play has worked so well. They need a good stop there, but it's not enough! Kofor with the OT goal, and that'll do it. Rebellion will win the series in 5.
They get the dub, they move on, but there's a lot more opponents to get to right now. I've got First Killer standing by. Congrats on the win, by the way.
Thank you.
For you, how do you feel overall, I guess, the match went? I mean, you were looking good out there. Do you feel like you guys are at your top right now, or a little bit ways to go?
I think we started out series like pretty slow.
Okay.
We're having a lot of issues like controlling the ball and like controlling just the pace of the game. So I wouldn't say we're at the top of our game right now. I think we have some stuff to tweak out, but I think after that series, we can learn a lot from that and play better for the next one.
Do you feel like that was on you guys, or was it your opponents maybe disrupting what you were expecting to happen?
I think it was mainly us. I
Okay.
think we had a game plan and we just, I don't know, I guess.
Kind of fall short.
Yeah, just the first series, like I guess on this land, whatever the setup. And yeah, we didn't get used to it.
That's fair enough. Now, I guess who takes charge in the middle of that? Is it VP behind you? Is it you now that you know you're not quite there to talk to the team? What's the steps between your next matchup? Because you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, honestly, what got us into that series, like, and made us play better was Violent Panda. Like, he told us
experience.
exactly what we needed to do, and yeah, and he's very cool-headed, so it was good.
Yeah. Now, I guess looking at the landscape overall of North America, is there any, you have to respect every opponent, but is there anyone in particular that you think you're going to meet in the grand finals if you can get past your next one, which will be redacted?
Yeah, it'll probably just be SSG, I think.
You think it'll, yeah?
Yeah, I think it'll just be them.
Simple as that, I guess. And I guess now, of course, after today, you still want to get the win here for the regional, but you're looking towards the gauntlet tomorrow. Have you been able to watch the European region yesterday play at all? Were you keeping eyes on it, or were you just focused on scrimming?
No, I was watching a little bit. I thought it was a crazy day, honestly.
Yeah,
making
a long day.
Yeah, it was very long, yeah. But yeah, I've been watching a little bit, but we're mainly just focusing on ourselves.
Really? Is there a point that then you guys are going to start, after this tournament to start looking towards that? Or is it really, as all players say, just focus on ourselves?
I think it's literally just focus on yourself.
It really is.
Because if you just play your game, like, you can take any game. The Rocket League's like that. It's literally just who plays better on the day.
Well, hopefully the rest of the day is yours, and tomorrow as well. Thank you so much, First Killer.
Thank you.